All right, we're joined by Dr. Joe McGinley. This is the SMX medical update. We're going to talk about that talus bone with Jet Lawrence. We've covered this a few times throughout the year. I just want to know this. Everyone says it's a very difficult bone to get to heal quickly and correctly. I've heard some people say this is essentially a 12-month injury. So he's back in 6 here. Is that actually true? Is there a real timeline that would say 12 months is realistic and this is fast? Or is every recovery really different and hard to compare?
Every injury is difficult to categorize as far as recovery. Every person's different. I've known with these racers, man, they heal quickly. They get back out there. They get everything done to race. For this type of bone, though, it's a complex joint. It's a complex structure, so we can't really discount the healing and what he's going to be dealing with. We saw some of the videos with him walking around at the later Supercross races. He has a limp. You can see it when he's walking. So it doesn't feel good, that's for sure. Now, the good thing is, the ankle and the bones are going to be protected in his boots. So he has a good level of protection there. But he's already mentioned it. His range of motion is somewhat limited. So we don't know how that's going to affect him on the bike. It's probably not going to feel good. These do typically take up to a year to heal, especially if you have to go back in and have a second surgery to remove hardware. That's not ideal in this situation. But we see these riders adapt. We see them overcome. Just look at Max Volan on the Club MX team. I mean, he has a handbrake to overcome his injuries, and he's did great this past year. So as far as getting back at it, yes, I think we'll see Jet return to speed. When that's going to happen, that's going to be difficult to tell. We're all going to be watching closely this weekend.
Okay, so I have two questions for you. First is, what makes this injury so difficult to recover from? Is it a blood flow thing? Is it a location thing? Is it a combination of lots of things? And secondly, what is, if the recovery is slow and he's going to be dealing with lingering effects, what does that look like? Is it pain management? Is it range of motion? But those two are two huge topics as to why it's taking longer and what is he going to be facing on Saturday.
Yeah, first let's talk about the ankle joints. Those are good questions, JT. The ankle joint is a complex joint. It's essentially like a hinge joint, but there's three bones that come together at the ankle, and your entire body weight's on there. So now just walking around, it's your body weight, but now if you're out riding, you have the impact of jumps, the whoops, everything else on top of that at a high velocity. So you have the bones themselves, and then there's complex ligaments. There's about 7 or 8 ligaments around the ankle itself that hold it into place. When you have a dislocation, there's tears of those ligaments in addition to the fractures. So not only do you have the fractures, but you have the ligament injuries that take time to recover. And then there's tendons on all sides of that ankle that also likely have some degree of injury with any dislocation. So with this injury, he had to have a complex reconstruction of the bone itself. Many screws were placed in there. Some of them had to be removed, and they had to realign the ankle joint surface. So right there alone, this was not an easy reconstruction. So a lot of the screws are holding the bones together. That's going to impede healing. That's going to impair the blood flow to those tissues to allow that to heal. Now, to your second point, once you get everything surgically back together, you have the scar tissue. So 2 surgeries there, you're going to have scar tissue. No matter how good the surgeon is, you get scar tissue formation. Those ligaments have to heal. So there's going to be a lot of stiffness, soreness, and swelling within that joint. So there's going to be pain management, range of motion, just strength and stability, and then trusting it, right? So there's a mental component of this, of knowing how bad this injury was and getting back out there and thinking, is this going to hold up when I hit these jumps? Is it going to hold up when I'm at high speed? And that you really don't know until you're out there riding. Now, again, the boot's going to be very protective in this situation. You're not taking, you're not running like in football or something like that where you have high cuts onto the ankle. So that's a plus side of this. So meaning, he'll be able to get back at it at some point. But dealing with those other issues, mainly the range of motion, soreness, and stiffness, that's going to be ongoing throughout the national season, I'm sure of it.
All right. It's good to hear if you're a Jet Lawrence fan. Thanks for the info, and we'll see you all summer.
Thank you.